Hello everybody and welcome to Stampin' Among the Gum Trees. It is Wednesday, I had to stop and think, Wednesday the 29th of October 2025, and this is a YouTube live presentation. It's also day 29 of our Stamptober Christmas Crafting Marathon. If you've been with me right from the very beginning, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you visiting each day. And if you're just catching up, there's a playlist that goes from day one right up until today, and it will continue on until Friday eventually. So you'll be able to binge watch the whole month of Christmas crafting that we have done here. Well, let me see. Hello, Evelyn. I'm so glad. The Nutcracker Tags kit is just lovely, but there is so much more that you can do with it. So much more that you can do with it when you think about it. It's not just tags, or you can make more than 12 tags. There's a whole heap of things you can do with that kit. And I really enjoyed yesterday's show. It was a bit of a rush, I know, but it was so much fun. So much fun. And I love to be able to stretch things. I really like to be able to stretch things and get more bang for my buck. It's really important. Everything's so expensive. So if we can stretch it and get more for it, it's the way to go. Okay, now today I'm doing something that I don't normally do for Christmas, and that's snowflakes. I live in Australia. We don't have snow at Christmas time, and I shouldn't say that because it's not strictly true. We've been camping up in the high country, the Victorian high country, and it has snowed at Christmas time, but that's a very, very rare occurrence. Usually it's blazing hot, and all we want to do is lie in front of the air conditioner or float in the pool or go to the beach. Christmas in Australia is hot. So snowflakes sort of don't really feature much in my Christmas planning and my Christmas, certainly not my Christmas decorating. Snowflakes, snow, snowmen doesn't seem to fit with our Christmas at all. But this card is really, really pretty. And you know what? Sometimes we just need to move out of our comfort zone, get a nudge and do something a little bit different. And that's what this card did for me. Now, the original card I cased it from came from Julie Gilson, Stampin' Up demonstrator in the USA. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And Julie does magnificent cards. Her cards are stunning. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, that is so pretty. And then I was looking and I thought, no, I don't have that embossing folder. I don't have that. I don't have that die set. I don't have those stamps. I don't have that designer series paper. So it was a bit like, what am I going to do? I just made it my own. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you can make it your own too. If you don't have exactly what I have, use what you've got. That's one of the best things about crafting. We can adapt and we can take something and make it our own. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to tip you down, flip you down, do whatever it is I have to do to go down, and show you the card. Here we go. Is that right? Yep. There we go. Turn this light out, then we don't get the glare, and that's probably a bit better, is it? We're a little bit crooked. Let me straighten you up. I must have knocked something in my... I'll move that out of the way. All right. And that gives us a bit more room to play. So this is the card so far. I'm quite happy with it now. I've made it my tent style because it stands nicely. This style always stands nicely, especially if you layer it up a little bit. It stands up so nicely. It's going to slide on my glass mat. And it is simply cardstock and stamping and a little bit of embossing and die cutting for this card. It might look a little bit fancy, but it's not. Now, the original had the snowflakey thing was a bit different, and the sentiment was smaller and more whatever, and there was a big bow on it. Well, I was out of the white, you know, the white with the white ribbon with the silver edge. Can't remember what it's called, and I actually think it is called, let me see if I can find it quickly. I'm pretty sure I printed out some notes. Yes, it's called Silver and White Ribbon. Duh. Must be getting towards the end of the week. So that's the card we're going to make today. This is in Balmy Blue, which is a nice cool colour. Not a traditional Christmas colour that I would normally have, but it's quite cool. I haven't used very many traditional colours at all this month. I've been very brave and branching out. And I've used the Delicate Pines dies. Not so much the stamps, but the dies. We've used the Delicate Pines dies to cut out our snowflake that's probably not really a snowflake, but it looks all right, I think. Anyway, so in keeping with the cool colours, I thought today, or for this afternoon, I'd be even braver and use a colour that doesn't seem to get a lot of traction, and that's soft sea foam. That's such a lovely colour. Soft sea foam is one of those, it gets left behind because it's not bold and bright, and it's not dark and broody. It's just soft and pretty. It's got the perfect name, soft sea foam, because that's what it is. It's just so soft. It's really pretty. So again, I've done my usual 29 by 10.5, scored at 14.5. We'll give it a bit of a burnish so that it will stay flat, just like so. And then I like to do the inside first. So I've got my 2 mats for the inside. Make sure I'll get rid of that dimensional. Dimensional backings everywhere. So let's grab some. It's coming over cloudy. It was such a beautiful morning. Let's get some glue, just a tiny bead you need of art glitter glue. It's wonderful stuff. And we'll center that in there like so. Just make sure we've got an equal border all the way around so that it's, yep. Where's my poppy? Oh. There we go. All right. And we'll do a little bit of stamping for the inside, just sort of around there like that. I don't know what sort of sentiment I want to put in there at the moment, so I haven't done one. Now I do have my stamps already mounted up on the block, and I'm using this one, and this teeny tiny snowflake. And I know that's not a snowflake, but it looks really pretty, and it's all light and furry or fluffy or whatever it is, so it's really pretty. So I'm going to use that. Got them on the blocks. Now this block is not quite it's the same width, so we'll just leave it. Okay. All right, so opening up our soft sea foam, I will grab a piece of scrap paper to stamp on. Move my bits out of the way so I've got a flat stamping surface, not a lumpy one. And don't go in the ink. Don't go in the ink. Don't go in the ink. Get that out of the way. And using this stamp, I'll see if I can get it on block a little more centered, because I don't really want to have to use a great big block, and I don't know where the other one is. Well, it should be here. There's 2 missing. All right, that's a bit better. All right, so ink it up. It's hard to tell when it's inked up because it's such a soft colour. And I'll start in the corner, and I'm just going to go like that. Just let it sit for a moment. There we go. Right, and then maybe a bit like that. Doesn't really matter. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Do it however you like. So quite like that. There we go. I'll pop that away for the moment. And then we can put this inside, stick this inside the card, and the card inside's done. Inside's done. Now, folks, there's only 2 and a bit days left on our amazing starter kit offer. You can have choice of 2 starter kits. One's $60, and you choose $235 worth of product to add to your starter kit, or one is $169, and you can choose up to $344 worth of product to put into your starter kit. And as a bonus, not only do you get all that lovely new product that's just gorgeous, all for you, you get to become a part, if you choose me as your demonstrator, you get to become a part of our team of Stampers Among the Gum Trees. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Now we can work on the front. I've cut the mats already. Just a basic white to go on there, which is the burr side. This is the burr side. So I'll put that down. So when you're a part of my team, there's no pressure. If you want to buy your kit and keep your discount just for yourself, I'm all for that. That's exactly the right thing to do for you. I hope I'm a no pressure team leader, because I don't like being pressured, so I wouldn't want to pressure anyone else. You do you. It's easy, easy peasy. Now this piece should technically be designer series paper, but I just spent ages going through all my DSP, and I do not have any that is in soft sea foam. I need to get some of the Subtles 6x6 DSP and put it in my stash. I couldn't believe I don't have any. So what I did was I cut the cardstock in soft sea foam, and I grabbed my subtle embossing folder, which is, I'm really sorry, but it's retired. But I didn't want a big bold pattern, and I opened it up and I got my ink pad and I inked just like that the embossing folder, put my cardstock in it just like that, flipped it over, ran it through the embossing machine, and this is what we came up with. And it is textured, and there's a little that's the regular side. That's the side that's been through the embossing folder with the addition of the ink. Just gives it texture because of the embossing folder, but the ink has gone over the top, so you've got shadow and depth as well. It's a really cool way of creating an interesting background if you need to. So this, I am just going to pop up on dimensionals. Where's my dimensionals? Here we go. So I'll do one in each corner, as close to the corner as they can be, but not off the corner. There we go. And then I should do 3 down the middle and then 2 across, just to hold it up. There we go, just like that. Now, back to the starter kit, because I just had a thought. If you have a wish list, and I hope you know how to use the wish list on our Stampin' Up website. If you don't, if you go across to my blog, there's a whole post on how to use the wish list. If you've got things on your wish list that you're waiting to buy and they come to more than $60, now is the time to get them. I would never encourage anyone to spend money unnecessarily, but if you were going to buy them anyway and you're thinking of waiting till next week or the week after or next month or January, can I say don't, because you'll miss out. There we go. There's that. How easy was that? Now we just do some stamping on this. Move those aside. And this is just a small piece of white cardstock. Bring back in the soft sea foam. I didn't clean this stamp off because I knew I was going to use it again. Let's just stamp. Some slightly bigger ones. Such a pretty colour. I love this colour. Absolutely appeals to me. And then we'll fill in the gaps with the teeny tiny baby snowflake. I'm not moving the paper, but I'm not really turning the stamps either. But if you want to, it's easier to hold your stamp the way you want it to be, that in there, and rotate your paper to find the gaps. So keep your stamp always in the same position and just rotate your paper. I think you need something down there because it looks a bit bare. Alrighty, and maybe in there. It'll probably be covered up anyway. So there we go. That's that. Now, this needs to be run through an embossing folder. Before it gets run through the embossing folder, I want to ink the edges of this. And I am going to move a whole heap of stuff. See if I've got a clean. I don't. Ooh, oh yeah, there we go. And so all my sponge daubers have been used. Let's pick up some ink. And let's just ink around the edges. Now I'm just using the soft sea foam. You could use silver. If you've got a silver pen, a silver gel pen, or if you've got one of the silver stamp pads that we used to have in our range. Just the edges, just gently. It just sort of, I don't know, creates a bit of a shadow, makes it a little bit more interesting. Well, it's really soft. You can hardly see it. It's really soft and subtle, but anyway. pop that back up here. Close up my stamp pad. It's an interesting pattern on it, isn't it? Right. Now we can leave it like that, or run it through an embossing folder. And I really like, well, this one's called Winter Snow. It's an old one and we've kept it because it's really pretty and soft and subtle. So I'm going to run it through that. And I apologize for not having, there isn't really one in the range at the moment that I particularly liked. The swirly one sort of is a bit maybe wintry and snowy. But not really sure. Okay, chat amongst yourselves while I just zip this through the embossing machine. Didn't take long, did it? And it's really, I don't know if you can see it. Is it picking up any of the snowflakey pattern? It's really pretty and soft. So we'll pop that away so I don't lose it. Hope that's the subtles one. I don't know what I did with that. All right. Okay, so now we're going to take this, bring our card back in. This is going to go on that plain piece of green soft sea foam like that, and then we'll stick it up. So this time I'm gluing this to this. This time liquid glue works really well with embossed pieces of cardstock and DSP because it squishes into all the dips and valleys. Okay, just line it up. Now I might even get my sponge dauber again and go over the edges again with the mat. See how that goes. Now, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, it's going out tomorrow, my weekly newsletter. So the link is below me in the description box below. So go and subscribe to my newsletter. It goes out every Thursday around 11 a.m. You'll be able to stay up to date with what's happening at Stampin' on the gum trees. So you'll always know when the classes are happening, when the workshops are happening, and what I've been up to. And then we'll get some dimensionals on the back of this. 1, 2, 3, and that needs to be up in the corner a bit more. If you don't push them down, you can move them around. Did you know that? I always just drop them in place. I don't push them down until I'm ready to lay it into place. Okay. Just like so. We finished Stamptober on Friday, so on Monday we'll start Scrappy November. There won't be a video every day in November, but we will start Scrappy November. So I've been collecting ideas for using up our scraps. Just going to put that onto there, like that. So far, so good. All right, now I've cut the branches, whatever they are, twigs, sprigs, whatever, from the delicate pines, just in basic white. I thought about doing silver. I thought about doing soft sea foam. I thought about doing white, silver, and soft sea foam and adding them together. And I just stuck with the basic white. I kind of like white on white. Okay, so just going to build up a snowflake using these evergreen bits and bobs. Make sure I'm putting glue on the right side. There we go. Now you must understand this is an absolute challenge for me because I am not terribly artistic at all. Okay, I might do this on the silicone mat in case I do get glue everywhere. That's all right. Now let's build up a little one. Let's go in the centre. So I have to say, I love snow, and Wayne and I spent most of every winter, before the kids were born, we spent most of every winter, and we were close to the snowfields, skiing. We would be up there. We'd be at Jindabyne, a Perisher, a Threadbow, just about every weekend that we had off skiing because we enjoyed the snow so much. Once the kids came along, it became a bit expensive, and we didn't. Look, how pretty is that? How pretty is that? Ta-da! A little bit of glue on that, just teeny dot. The best part about this stuff, it's so strong, you only need a teeny dot. And I'm going to arrange it just like so. Still got some bits. I cut plenty just in case I made a mistake. Still got some bits now. Give it a twist so they don't look so and up. There we go. And if you know me, you had to know it wasn't going to be random because I just can't do random. But how pretty is that? I'm going to put that right smack bang in the middle. I am only going to put glue on that middle dot. I'm not putting it everywhere. Just like that. Now, go. Sentiment go. There we are. It's really pretty. It's even prettier in person than it is on camera. This soft sea foam is such a pretty colour. Now, where did I put that sentiment? I did too. It is. Here it is in the bag with the other ones. I think because this soft sea foam is what I would call a cool colour, so I chose silver for the embossing. To get my razor, there's a mark on it. On my head. I don't know what it is. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to pop that there like that. I'm just going to pop it up on tensionals, of course. There we go. So how quick and easy was that? It's come together nicely, fairly easily. No great dramas today, which is really wonderful because, you know, anything could happen when you're in my craft room with me. Anything could happen. Anything does happen. There we go. Maybe one in the middle just to support it. And I'm wondering, because I've got the, I will. I got them here, I'll put them away. I'm going to get some of our basic rhinestones because I think they will be, I have that just off like that, bit it off a bit. There we go. Yeah, give me a second to get those basic rhinestones. I'm really pleased with that. What did I run over? There we go. Add a little bit of sparkle. Let's add a little bit of sparkle. Now these are self-sticky, so let's close the glue up. Someone's coming in the front door. Right. And I put one right over that dot because it's bothering me. There's my package one. Just a medium one, I think. Just there. That's really bothering me. And then maybe, that would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, look at that. Let's do one in the middle, just because we can. Be nice if it was a bit bigger. Centre it up. There we go. And then a couple of little ones around. Maybe. Like that, maybe there. There we go. There we are. How's that? All done. Easy peasy. Inside's done. It's ready for me to write my message. And away we go. Let's add some sparkle to this one too. Now that we've done that. Because, you know, I don't want it to be jealous. I don't want it to suffer from FOMO. Oh, picked up a dimensional backing. There. Okay. There we go. Day 29 done. Easily. I think it's really pretty. I'm really, really, really happy with the way they turned out. You prefer the blue, Donna? The balmy blue? I love them both. I might do one if I get a chance this afternoon. I might do one in Pretty in Pink and see how that turns out, because Pretty in Pink has, I think, has a lot of potential for a Christmas colour, and it's a bit bolder, a bit brighter than Bubble Bath, so it's sort of a bit like the blue, balmy blue, sort of has that bit of body to it. So does this. There you go. Done. I love them. We could have used silver for the mats. Maybe I could try that in the Pretty in Pink one. All right, now I'm thinking, see? I'm always thinking, always thinking about how I can change things up and switch them up to make them better or different or whatever. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It has been very short, but I hope it's been useful for you. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's really important so that we can let you know that there's a new video coming up. Likes are always appreciated. That they really help our channel grow. And of course, if you know someone who might like to know about sparkly snowflakes or more about stamping among the gum trees, please use the share button to send them the link. We don't contact them. We don't even know you've done it. They just get a link that says, you know, if you're interested in this, click here, and they can. I will be back tomorrow for day 30 of Stamptober. But until then, enjoy your crafting, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye.